Well guys, following on from the Millwall legends who did what we expected all football fans to do on their return to stadiums, it appears West Ham fans also booed this nonsense when their game started and the sanctimonious tosspot players decided to take the knee. Media outlets like the Express reported on it but then quickly deleted their articles and performed what I can only consider as a cover-up. Even Sky News at the time did their best to talk over the booing fans and remove the taking the knee part from the highlights as far as I can tell. So I have to question why it's okay for the media and low-life shitweasels like Gary Lineker to call out Millwall fans but cover up West Ham fans doing exactly the same thing. It would seem strange to some people, but to me it's not. Millwall are an easy scapegoat, and West Ham, being in the Premier League, likely made some executive arseholes pucker up tighter than a snare drum, being embarrassed by the fact that literally the first game back with fans in the ground, they are getting booed for supporting race-baiting Marxist scum that anyone with half a brain cell knows is a divisive message designed to divide people, not fight racism. Millwall fans, like West Ham fans, are not racist. They are just passionate supporters of their club and of their country. They may hate each other with a burning passion, but they are patriots, and let's be honest, we'll have many black supporters who will feel the same way. But as most of you will know, and as I said in my video yesterday, when it comes to football, there are many anti-discrimination campaigns that people fully support. Kick It Out has been going for donkey's years, and I have never heard anyone have a problem with that campaign. BLM is a race-baiting political movement designed to divide the population and further agendas so people have a problem with it. This shouldn't really be surprising to anyone but of course left-wing shitweasels, and one of the Millwall fans who booed is apparently quoted as saying this: Millwall fans will support anti-discrimination under any other banner than BLM. This wasn't about racism, it was about people standing up against an organisation of anarchists, far-left Marxists and anti-Semites. The people we watched deface war memorials, burn the Union flag and try to tear down Winston Churchill in our capital. Some of Millwall's finest have been black, and we stood together up and down the country over the decades. Fuck Black Lives Matter. Now, I'm sure you would agree they are powerful words, and I would make them right on everything they said there. One of Millwall's most well-known fans was a black guy nicknamed Tiny, and West Ham also had Cass in their ranks, which there is a fucking film about him if I remember rightly, so hardly the fucking KKK are they? This sort of shit here really pisses me off with the way the media try to paint football supporters. But we do always have to remember that divide and conquer is the best way to defeat a larger enemy or keep a population that is too big for the elites to stop from banding together and turning on the powers that be. This is part of what BLM are there to do. I mean, we can just do it by the numbers. Take 68 million people versus 120,000 cops, and that is assuming all cops just follow orders. The numbers in reality would be much lower on the police's side and the general public's side, but we outnumber them massively either way. This is why divide and conquer is so important to them. The most dangerous thing in the world to politicians, the media, and rich tosspots is the whole country united against them. That has been true since the dawn of time. But I do have to say, well done to the West Ham lot for standing up against this bullshit, as I did with the Millwall lot yesterday. But the media, football pundits, and anyone else trying to cover it up to save face for the Premier League is beyond scum. The people have a right to voice their opinions and not have it censored by left-wing shitweasels. I mean, even Les Ferdinand, a former football player and director of football at Queen's Park Rangers, stopped his players taking the knee back in September, because he stated it was just being used as good PR, nothing more, which I have to say is spot on. These players are virtue signalling plain and simple. They don't care about this or anything else. They all live in a different world to us mere peasants. Oh, and for anyone who doesn't know football from back in the day, Les Ferdinand is a black guy, so the last time I checked, he is not a white supremacist. But really, it all goes to show how desperate those in the media and at the top of football are to push this divisive narrative onto people, despite knowing most will ignore it as pathetic or boo, like we have seen from West Ham and Millwall. I expect more will follow suit, but it will be covered up by the scum media, as we have seen here.
There is a pattern consistent throughout history of oppressed people turning on the oppressors, slaves against their owners, the peasantry against the feudal barons, colonies, Mr. Verhofstadt, against their empires. And that is why Britain is leaving. And it doesn't matter which language you use, we are going, and we are glad to be going. We're off.